Hey there, welcome back to Thorn FC. This transfer season we've already seen some crazy deals happening, like Messi heading to Inter Miami, Benzema moving to Al-Ittihad, and Jude Bellingham joining Real Madrid. But today, I've decided to showcase some transfers that can rock the footballing world and take both players and clubs involved to the next level. Those matches made in heaven that sometimes never actually happen, but either way, we're here to discuss them. So without further ado, let's kick things off. Starting out with João Felix from Atletico Madrid to Benfica. The Portuguese player has had a very tough time since leaving Benfica in 2019. Felix was brought in to be the star that Atletico never had and put them at the same level as both Real and Barca. However, he never fulfilled the expectations, and in the last season his relationship with Simeone appeared to have completely broken down. His loan move to Chelsea was uninspiring, and at this point, no elite club is willing to spend £85.5 million on the Portuguese player. By the end of the transfer market, having run out of options, both Atletico and Jorge Mendes have to do what's right for the player. Continuing to expect a different style of play from the same player is just stupid, but leaving him on the bench to rot is even worse. In my opinion, a return to Benfica would do wonders for him. A loan deal would be the ideal option, with Atletico paying half of his wages. That could look financially damaging at first sight, but we need to think long term. A partnership with Gonçalo Ramos could be lethal and raise the values of both players dramatically high. And by the end of the season, Atletico could return their investment with a proper sale around the £85 million margin. Continuing on with another Portuguese player, Diogo Costa leaving Porto for Bayern. The Neuer era seems to be nearing its end, with the German keeper suffering a tough injury during the winter break. Bayern were quick to react and brought Jan Sommer to be an immediate replacement while keeping Alexander Nubel on loan with Monaco. But the Bavarians are in the middle of a rebuild. After a disappointing season, Bayern are looking to guarantee that they continue to be an elite club for years to come. And let's be honest for a second, do you think that's possible with Sommer? Don't get me wrong, he's a great goalkeeper, but I don't think he's at that elite level. Diogo Costa is the perfect replacement. He's only 23, he's good with his feet, shows safety and composure, and overall is very similar to Neuer. He would have a solid line in front of him, unlike at Stamford Bridge, so I really think that if he wants to leave Porto, he should definitely move to Germany. Another player that should join Bayern is Victor Osimhen. If Bayern don't want to follow Germany's path, they need to look into a proper replacement for Lewandowski. No great team stays at the top without a quality striker, and Sadio Mane just isn't enough. He would be much better suited for a winger role, and let's not even talk about Choupo-Moting, okay? The ideal replacement is undoubtedly Victor Osimhen. The Nigerian striker has the right athleticism, directness and eye for goal to be the heir of Lewandowski's throne. Osimhen has already stated that he wants to continue winning trophies, so I don't think Napoli is the right place. I could be super wrong, but I'm almost sure Napoli will lose many of their stars without finding an immediate, equally gifted replacement. Their best shot is their president, Aurelio De Laurentiis, who is perhaps the best negotiator in the game that won't allow the player to live for little. At number 7, we got João Cancelo to Barcelona. This is one of those matches made in heaven that I talked about in the intro. Guardiola has already stated that he doesn't count with João Cancelo, and the player himself has stated that he wishes to play in Spain. While on the other hand, Barca also looking for a right back, since their only options are Sergi Roberto and Dest, after Jules Conde's request to be deployed mainly as a centre back. The only thing stopping this transfer is Barca's lack of money to actually finish the deal, but a loan move could still be arranged, so I believe this transfer is clearly possible. Continuing on with Cancelo's best friend, Bernardo Silva to PSG. The Portuguese star has been one of the hottest properties in this market. Al Hilal, Barcelona and PSG have all lined up to acquire his services, while Man City are still doing everything they can to keep him. It looks like Bernardo Silva is looking for a different challenge, and winning the Champions League with PSG would be something that would boost his reputation to a whole nother level. It would forever be the missing piece and achieve something that even Messi failed to achieve. He's a perfect replacement to the Argentinian GOAT and would be a quiet personality in a locker room desperately needing less egocentric players. Players like the next one on our list, Neymar Jr. Neymar is involved in multiple controversies right now, and his mind is simply not in the right place. He appears to have lost his fire, and it's obvious that most PSG fans don't want him there. You could argue that the logical move would be to the Premier League, but if he has nagging injury problems playing in Liga, what do you think is gonna happen playing in England? A dream return to Barcelona seems to be ruled out, so the only move that would probably help to save his credibility would be to the MLS, more specifically to New York City FC. Neymar is only 31, but Beckham was also pretty much the same age when he joined LA Galaxy in 2007. He would be able to live his life the way he wants, without too much pressure from fans, and still earn a great paycheck. The league is clearly set on investing in big stars, hoping to strengthen their footballing presence on the road to the 2026 World Cup. Messi has already hopped on board, and perhaps we can see Neymar doing the same soon. Up next, we got one of the most promising Premier League stars, Romeo Lavia, to Liverpool. The Belgian youngster impressed everyone in his first season with Southampton, but still couldn't avoid their relegation. However, the Saints have taken their measures to avoid Lavia's departure for cheap. They established a £50 million price tag in order to lit a bidding war on fire between Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool. In my opinion, it's obvious which way he should go. Liverpool are clearly the better option since they're still looking for more midfield options, but if they want to count with him, they should bring him in this transfer window. Let's not forget that Man City developed Lavia and they possess a buyback clause, but the thing is, that clause only activates in 2024. It's time to move quick, Reds, at least quicker than our next player, Harry Maguire, to Tottenham. Perhaps if Maguire reacted faster, he wouldn't have made so many mistakes that got him transfer listed. It's clear that he doesn't have space at United, and even though he performs drastically better with his national team, Gareth Southgate has already stated that Maguire has to play regularly in order to keep his spot. And no team can give him more guarantees than Tottenham. The Spurs are building a new foundation under Postecoglou and are looking for an experienced centre-back. To me, that's another match made in heaven. Maguire would change to a coach with a different style of defending and at the same time receive a new shot to redeem himself and delete the comical image that we have of him out of our heads. At number 2, we got one of the breakout stars of the last World Cup, Yassine Bono, to Inter. The Moroccan keeper has proven himself to be one of the best penalty kick savers in the world, but he's also a reliable keeper with great agility and reflexes. With Inter looking for a goalkeeper following Onana's likely departure, Bono is probably their most solid bet. Nowadays, Inter has gained back their place in Italy as a title contender, but to continue to do so, they can't afford to make silly mistakes in the back. And Bono isn't a promising youngster, he's an experienced keeper that never shakes under pressure, exactly what Inter need to challenge for Serie A. And finally, Harry Kane to Real Madrid. The best player who is still yet to win a title is stuck with Spurs. You can say that the goal of being the league's greatest top scorer of all time would be enough to keep him happy with Spurs. Let's be honest, this man wants silverware. And besides, the timing is perfect. Real lost Benzema to Al-Ittihad, and don't tell me Joselu is gonna be the main choice striker. I know that Real Madrid have Hendrik on the way in 2024, but even then, will he be prepared to be a Real Madrid starter? Development takes time, and Real need a solid option to remain on top. We all know Mbappe is the player Florentino dreams about at night, but trying to get him this transfer season would require about £470 million, and Real would have to sell both Tchouaméni and Valverde to fund the transfer. That would put an entire project in jeopardy just for a single player. No matter how good Mbappe is, it's not worth the risk. Kane isn't cheap, but I think Real can afford them without having to let go important pieces of the squad. He guarantees goals, and will probably continue to do so for at least 4 more years, which is more than enough time for Hendrik to develop into a first choice striker. And that is it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up so I know you want to watch more videos like this. And as always, don't forget to subscribe in order for me to grow the channel and stop recording next to loud ass neighbors. And of course, for you not to miss another interesting football video. Thanks for watching until the end, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.